Hello everybody, welcome again. I am doing a Winter Angel Wreath. I'm going to show you my sign here. I have this sign here and the ribbon that matches it. So we're going to make a wreath with that on a white 24-inch pine frame that I got from Joann's before they closed. And we've got a bunch of mesh here, and I'm going to fill this in with all of the mesh. So I've got this blue and white check. I have this solid blue with the metallic stripe, and then I have this white with the metallic and the snowball strips. So we're going to alternate those around the base. And we're going to go in. I've got this all separated out for how I want to layer these in. So I'm going to go at every crossbar, and I'm going to put in one of these check ones. So we're just going to, they're cut at 20 inches. We're going to roll them up, and then we're going to scrunch, and we're going to make us a messy ruffle. I'm going to put mine going down, and my curls going out to the side. Give it a couple twists, and then once we fill them in, they'll start standing up. So I'm going to do all of the check ones first, and I'm going to do those all on the crossbars. So let me finish that up. Now that I have those in on the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and alternate with my blue and white around the outside on the bottom. So I'm going to take my blue first. Scrunch that. And we're going to go right next to the check. And then we're going to put the white next to that. Spreading those out a little bit. And then we'll just keep alternating all the way around. Alright, this is the last one on the bottom. Alright, so now we've got all those on the bottom done. We're going to get all of our ties fluffed out here. Tried to fluff them as I went, but some of them I didn't do. Now on the top, we're going to do 2 of the check and 1 of the white. Mostly because we ran out of the blue and I didn't have another blue like this one. I didn't want to use a different blue on top. So we're going to use 2 of the check and then 1 of the white. So that'll go in between. So we'll start again right here with our crossbar, and I think we're going to put our white in first on the crossbar, and then we'll put the check on either side. There's our white. Let's spread out our pine. Let's go to the next. It's easier to do all the crossbars first, at least for me. That way I know where all my other ones are going. And now we're going to put 2 of the blue check in between. And fill this in. Could just do 1, but I want it to be full and I want it to hold up that metal sign. So these will give it added strength for when I put that sign on. Because it is a metal sign, it's 12-inch, so it's going to be a little bit heavier. Alright, the last piece is going in now on the top. Alright, now that we've got all those in, let me get my white back up here on top. So there we go. Make sure all of my ties are out. In case we need any for later. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna scooch it all back down now that it's separated. We'll get it back. There we go. Alright, now we're going to oval this out. So I'm going to just take my frame, stand it up on its side, and we're going to try and bend it. It's got 2 rings, so I want an oval, a little bit of an oval, not too much. So we're going to do it on that side, then we'll do it on this side. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's put our sign on first, and then we'll start filling it in. This is our sign. Alright, let me get my wire. Alright, we're going to use, alright, so here's our sign. Let me get my oval back here. We're going to use our silver wire. This is a 22 gauge, much stronger wire for the heavier sign. Cut a length off there. Okay, we're going to put our wire through here and go to the back. And then we're going to tighten that twice around itself on the back, and we'll do the same with this one. Making sure it's tight, and twist it 2 times. Alright, now we'll lay our sign down. We'll grab our weaving needle. Again, you can find those in my shop. Alright, let's get our sign on here. So I want to go right down through all the mesh and everything, and I want to hit either the crossbar or I want to hit the wreath frame itself. So I'm looking for the crossbar. Here's the crossbar. That tells me that's my center. Flip it over. And then I will take this off. And I will pull my one wire on this side so that there's one on each side. And then this is where we're going to tie it off. Now I'm not tying it too tight because that way I can adjust it. And I don't want my sign to be too tight because it'll make it bow or it'll look too sunken in. pull those wires together, put them through the needle together, bend that over, and now I want to do the same thing. I'm going to go down through the mesh and everything into that crossbar. And that tells me that the sign is centered. And it will be sturdy because it's on that wire frame. So take one wire and put it on each side, and then twist. Don't pull it too tight because you might, again, make that sign too tight and too bowed. Alright, so it looks like it's good. It's not bowing, it's not pulling it down. So I can go ahead and tighten those without any problem. I'm going to give this one a little bit more there. Now we're going to twist. Give it a couple good twists before we cut it off. And we're going to take that wire and bend it so it doesn't poke anybody. And then we're going to push it underneath so it doesn't stab anybody later on. Give it a couple good twists. Cut it off, fold it over, and push it down into our wreath. There it goes, so it's out of the way. There's our sign. Nice and snug. We only need the 2 wires. We don't have to put any on the sides. And we use that silver wire, so that helps to hide it a little bit. And we'll probably cover it up. All right, there we go. All right, now we can make a bow. I want a bow that's going to go right here at the top with some tails coming down, and then we'll put some more tails, maybe a little bow over here to the side as well. So again, I have this wire ribbon that looks just like the sign. We're going to use that. That is a deluxe ribbon. And then we've got this Swiss dot, gorgeous blue. I also pulled out some of this woodsy looking silver and white. I thought that would look nice with that, with all the trees and that snowy look. We have this with the blue bows and the silver on it. I have this with these little gems on it with the silver and white and blue. And then this one here for another blue to break it up. All right, let's see what we're going to use first. Obviously, we're going to use the one that matches our sign. And these all go in one direction, so we need to be aware of that. So my tail for this, I want it to drape. So what I'm going to do, so in order to get it to go in one direction, I'm going to cut the tail first. So I'm going to do about a 30-inch tail. Let me see here. Let's see how far I want it to go down. So if my bow's here, I want it to come down here, probably right to there. So that's about 26. I'm going to do 30 just to have enough. And because we have that fold at this end. So I'm going to take and cut part of that fold off. And we're going to scrunch that up right there. We're going to put that down in our bow maker so we have a little bit more than an inch left, hanging over. And that's going to come down this way. Now we're going to take our bow and we're going to scrunch this up right here. We're going to go in again about an inch. We're going to twist it. Now if you can do it by hand, you don't have to do all this, but I'm going to make about a 6.5 inch loop, and then we're going to twist. And now that's going to make it so that the angels are going up. We're going to do 2 loops on each side, 6.5 inch. That's about 7 there. It's got this nice white satin back on it. And then we're going to scrunch that down right there, and then we're going to cut this to match our tail or our loops. And I'm going to cut it a little bit longer so that we can fold it like that. There's that one. Now these are going to be upside down right here, but on this side they're right side. They're facing the right way. If it bothers you, twist it. Take it from the base, twist it again like this in the same direction would be helpful. Let me see which way I went. Let's go this way here, because that way it's already going, that direction. So you twist it like this, and now your angels are all standing upright. But if it doesn't bother you, don't worry about it. Most people don't notice it unless you point it out to them. So like these, they're facing that way. These are facing down. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's okay. All right, we don't need this tail right now. We're not only doing one tail, but we will do another bow with this one. Maybe I'll try and do it by hand and see if I can make it a little nicer on that side. All right, let me get my pin back in here. There we go. All right, now I want to try, let's see, let's break it up. I don't know if I want to use my Swiss dot now. Now I'm thinking I'm going to use this one. Alright, so this, we're going to do the tail the same length, but we're not cutting it. And we're going to do a twist. And then we're going to do these at 6 inches. And again, we're going to do 2 on each side. And then this one's going to go up on this side. Again, we're going to cut it the same, a little bit longer. All right, now I'm going to go in with that other blue. Thinking I'm going to go in with this one, but I want to see what quality it is first. It is a Hobby Lobby ribbon, so I'm not sure on the quality of it. Don't want it to be too thin or... Yeah, see, it's a sheer. And we can try it and see. Let's see. We will go in with one loop of this at 5 inches. Right there, like that. Does not look sheer when you first get it, but it's okay. And then I think I'm going to go in with, I'm thinking I want to use the bows. It's like a bow garland is what it is. So I think we're going to use this and see. Also Hobby Lobby. And I think I'm going to do one loop with this one. A little bit shorter, so about 4 inches. Just do the one loop. Alright, there we go. I like that. Alright, let's get some zip ties here. Alright, there's that one. So we're going to take our big zip tie. Going to go up underneath all of our ribbons, making sure to get everything included in there. Goes right up to the base of your posts. Oops, got it backwards. There we go. And then we're going to cinch it down. Some of these zip ties, I don't know why. They're so hard to cinch them down. Alright, so when I grab this side, I got to make sure to grab that one piece that we cut. That's got the little piece, got the little 1-inch piece hanging over. So we're going to bring our zip tie back to the back. Keeping everything tight in your hand, and then cinch that zip tie down. Not too much, but enough to where it'll hold. Put our pipe cleaner in. Thick ribbon. There it goes, right there. Get it into the center of our pipe cleaner, and then we'll cinch it a little more, and now we can fluff our bow. So let's first get all of our tails down front. Now again, if it bothers you that they're not going in the right direction with your angels, fix that now before you cinch this down completely. Otherwise you will not be able to move it. So if it bothers you, do it now. And now we've got our bow ready to go on our wreath. So let me get these ribbons out of the way for now. And then we'll use maybe a couple of different ribbons and make another bow, smaller bow. Alright, so let's grab this. And we're going to take this right up here and we're going to take it to the top so that it's right here on the side of the sign. Take our weaving needle, grab both our pipe cleaners, put them over, and then we're going right down into the wreath, right here. Now there's not a crossbar there, but there is the wire frame, obviously, and that's what we're going to cinch it to. But let me make sure this is where I want it, because I need to get my wire, or my tails over here. I think that'll work. So I'm going to take this, pull it down a little bit more, right there. That's where I want it. So I'm going to go to my inside ring and put my pipe cleaners around that and tie it to that. Give it a couple twists. I'm not cutting it off until after I know that this is where I want it to stay. So let's get all of these that want to snag on our mesh, and then we're going to take and make a little waterfall here. And we'll fix these in a minute. I'm just making sure everything's where I want it before I bring it down here, and we're going to come right down with all 4 ribbons together, and we're going to do a drape right here. Right in here. Cinch them together like this, and then we're going to go right into these ties right here. There's 2 ties right down in here. Those are on the bottom. Let's see if I can find any on the top. Nope. Oh, it's alright, we'll go right here. And then we're going to cinch those down with our ties from our pine from our... Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the way it's sitting there. So let me change it. Let's do it right here. So this is where I tied in one of the mesh pieces, and I don't want to untie it. I just want to go on top of it there and twist this. So now we've got that little drape right here. We can open these up, spread these out right there, and then we're just going to let this cascade down, and we will dovetail or cut those and fold them one way or the other. Trying to see if maybe I should have gone right here. Hold please, I gotta see if I need to change this. I'm thinking I want to change it, come down a little bit more. I think I want to come down to here. Right here. Again, I'm going to cinch it right there, get it all bunched up. And I'm going to go into this tie right here. There we go. I think that looks a little better. And if it's too tight, you can pull it out. Now we're going to come over on this side. And I want another one right here, a smaller bow right here. So I think I'm going to use this, but I'm not going to make a loop with it. I'm just going to make a tail. So I'm going to take it about Let's see how big we want to make it. So I don't think I want a let me see what it looks like dovetailed. It's a thick one, so it might come apart, so I want to make sure it doesn't. Looks okay. So I'm going to take this, and I want to do probably like that. Right there. So I'm going to do a layer of this one. This one. I think I'm going to do the white in between though. Or do I want to do this one? I'm going to do that. Yeah, we'll do this one. And then the blue. Alright, so we're going to take this one. Let me dovetail so that they all look the same. Dovetail. And then we'll take this one. Or no, we'll take the blue. Again with the dovetail, making sure that they're all the same length. Now let's put those tails right here. We're going to go in with our ties. Where are our ties? Right here. These two ties right here. And twist. And then we're going to fan these out. One on either side. And then we're going to drape it down. To right here. Pinch. Go into this tie here. And again, you can fan these out. That way you can see all of them right there. And then we're going to have a tail about 6-7 inches coming out. We'll just cut these off right there. If they're too long, you can cut them down. There we go, right there. And then just spread these out. Alright, now we're going to take some glittered pieces. These are cedar spray covered in glitter, chunky glitter. So I've got, let's see, 3, 6, 7 pieces here. So let's see, we're going to cut them up into multiple pieces and we're going to put those in here. So let's get our tag off. Now these can be cut into 2 pieces. You can see where it bends right there, and that's where we're going to cut it. So you could cut them down even smaller. There are little notches in the back that show you, the best place to cut it. So I'm going to cut right below that mark and leave a little bit of a stem so that we can work with it. So I'm going to do that so that we'll have this fuller piece and this top piece, and then we're going to put those in. So let me cut these up and then I'll be right back. So I'm going to start around the bottom. So we've got, how many did I say? 7. So we have 7 pieces. Now you could cut these down even smaller if you wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and leave these like this. If we need to add more, we can. But I don't need them very long, the stems. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to get some glue. And then we're going to go right in. We're going to start where our ties are. And we're going to add in that green right in there. So I'm going to try to go in my ties for my mesh. Doesn't have to be every one, of course. We're just going to space them out. But this will glue really well to that pine and to the mesh, so we want to make sure we get it in there and hit that pine and the mesh right in here, like that. So there's those 2. Let's move these over here so we don't get them all over the place. I'm going to put one right in here where we tied in our drape or our waterfall. And I'm going to go right in here, glue that right on there. So I'm giving it about a hand's width in between each one, roughly my hand's width, to spread them out. Again, these are the fuller ones from the bottom of that pick. Looks like I need to fill my glue pot up a little bit. You want to give it a little shake once you put it in there. Make sure it's hitting all the parts, all the pieces. And don't ignore underneath your bow. You want to make sure to get that space too, so that if anybody lifts up that bow, that they'll see it, you know. They'll know we didn't cheap out on it. A lot of people think, well, the bow's going to be there, nobody's going to see it. What happens if they take that bow off and change it? You never know. So I like to try to put some stuff up underneath there, just so they know I didn't take any shortcuts. Okay, we got 2 more. That should be enough. If not, we'll get another one. Got plenty of them. But I do think it's going to be enough for the bottom. Right in there. This last one's going to go right here. And then the other ones we're going to put around the top. So we're going to take this one and we're going to go right in here. There we go, making sure that it hits all those pieces. And then if we have any extra for the top left over, we'll fill those in around the bottom as well. So we're going to take these, and now we're going to go in around our sign. So I'm going to go again right where I put my mesh. So like right here would be a good one, right there. And again, we're going to space them out. Say right here. I'm going to go up underneath our little waterfall right there. I'm just working our way around. I'm going to go right here next to where we put the bow. Go ahead and dovetail this while I'm up here. That works. All right, let's finish around. So we got that one there. We want one right here. There. And one more. Well, we have two more actually. But we're going to put this one here. Go right in there. Alright, now if we have any big gaps anywhere, we can always put the other one in. We have one more here. Cut it down a little bit. I think I'm going to add it in right here. If I need any more, I can go. I've got plenty, I can get it. Another one. But for now, it's going right there. Alright. Next, we're going to use some 60919. Oops. That one's coming off already. Now this one here has got, these don't have the twigs in them, I don't think, so we're good there. We'll add this back in somewhere. We'll just glue it in. Same one. Alright, so these come apart in sections. There's 3 sections on each branch, or each stem. We're going to pull them off. It's just wrapped in paper. We'll just take all the paper off. And we got 3 of these. So we're going to take these. And we're going to, now it does have these little twigs on here that they've wrapped them up, made curls out of them. They're not like the other ones that have the real thick branches on them. These are kind of a knockoff 60919. but they work the same. Have basically the same elements as the other. So I'm going to spread them out, but I want to cut them down a little bit. Don't need them that long. So I'm going to cut that down. I'm going to get some glue on it. And we're going to sprinkle these in. Whoops, go in the direction of your paper so it doesn't come unraveled when you put it in the glue. Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to go right in between all of my stuff here, and we're going to poke that down in there. And then we're going to spread it out. There. Okay, we're going to move over to here. I'm going to do one on the bottom right here. Again, let's open all this up. Now you could break these down even more if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that today. Normally I would, but today I'm not. I'm only leaving a little bit of stem there to glue to. So I'm going to go right down here at the bottom. Get away from there. And then we're going to take this and go right in here. Right there. We're going to take another one and come over here. So I'm going up and down, up and down, up and down. This one I want right in here somewhere. It's going to go right there. Okay, once we've got that one up, I'm going to go down right here. It's actually going to go, I think, right here. Alright, now I want to go up, so right in here somewhere. I think this one's going to go right here. Alright, one more here. one's there. I think we're going to go down here with this one. Alright, and then I think I'm going to take one of these and I think I'm going to split them, because I think we've gone all the way around, but we don't need any more big ones. So let me see what I can, where I can split them. Just take one of your wires, one of the thin wires from here, and twist them. Let's cut it down. I'm going to put one right here. Right there. Take this one, just pull this loose paper off of it. Take that wire and wrap it around it to keep it all together. And we'll cut it just below that. Get my pliers and make sure we cinch that down. Don't want it ripping anything. Even though it's going to be glued in, I don't want it to rip it. Rip the mesh or anything like that. Alright, so we got that one filled. See where we see any other big gaps. I think I'm going to go right here. Right there. I want another one over here. And I'm going to go right here with this one. That looks good there. Alright, we've got 3 more pieces here. I feel like I need one right in here. All right, one more that we can separate and we'll be done. So I want to separate it so that we have even pieces, or at least an even amount of greenery in that. I'm not going to have an even amount of pieces, or because like this one only has one of these little pine pieces or fern pieces. Alright, so now we can look and see where we need some more. I'm seeing a spot right up here. I'm going to cut this one down short. Spread this out. I want it to go right here. There we go, right in there. All right, let's see. I think we can put another down here at the bottom. That'll take care of these. All right, so I need something underneath here. So let me lift this up. We gotta get some more glue in there. We'll lift this up and we're going to go right in underneath this glittered pine that we did. Push that down in there. Okay, so now if we wanted to, right in here we could take and put another tail. Let me see. I'm thinking this one and this one to do a little different. Let me see what it looks like real quick. May not like it, but we'll see. We'll try it. I'm thinking I'd take this and do like just a tail. So like a 6-inch tail. So maybe here, 6 or 7. Because there seems to be like a little gap right here. I want to fill it in with something. I don't want to put any more of them flowers in. So I'm thinking we'll just do this. So we can dovetail it. Right here. Right there. And then maybe put one at the top or on the sides. Let's see if we can get one up here. Like right in here somewhere. I think we can get that there, or let's see, down here. All right, let's do another one here. And there we go. Let me make sure I'm going the right direction here. Yep. There we go. This way. Yeah. That looks about right. All right. There we go. There's our Winter Angel Wreath. So pretty. I love it. When I saw this sign and ribbon that matched, I just had to have it. So I'm glad I was able to do it. And if you enjoyed this, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Share this video. Give us a subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And I will see you again real soon. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.